background. I'm going to leave that up for a minute so that you can hear the intro to the show today on the radio side, and then we'll come back over.
Go to our website to find out more.
We got a commercial.
That's good. Cold laser.
That's good. Keeps the lights on.
Coldlasers.com. Shed light.
It's over the top of it.
I know.
Oh.
Hey, this is Rhonda Shea, and welcome to the WTF on KUHSdenver.com. Today's show, well, I thought I'd dedicate it to somebody super special, not the or soon-to-be ex-president of the United States. Hey, this is Orange Man himself, KUHSdenver.com. Today's show, well, I thought I'd dedicate
So all the songs today on the radio feed, Full on the Hill, are dedicated to the soon-to-be ex-president of the United States,
the Orange Man himself,
Jessica Trump, right?
So all the songs today on the radio, Full on the Hill, are dedicated to the soon-to-be ex-president of the United States, Donald Jessica Trump, right?
Yeah, nice song.
You got a perfect song to start out with, Full on the Hill.
On my Facebook page. And by the way, if you haven't signed up to my WTF, because I never heard to promote it, it's the WTF Radio Network and with Rhonda Shea.
This is going to be a great show today.
Jump on that
Pull it
page.
down now.
I don't really promote it.
There we go.
Jump on my
All right,
personal
so that's on the
page.
radio side. I'll be posting that feed on my Facebook page. And by the way, if you haven't signed up to my WTF, because I never hardly promote it, it's the WTF Radio Network with Rhonda Shea. And if you want to jump on that page, I don't really promote it because most people jump on my personal page, but I'm trying to separate them, which is kind of hard sometimes. So if you haven't done that, do that. And if you're if you're not a personal friend, you'll get the radio feed there as well. You can listen to that later. Otherwise, if you're a personal friend, you can be on my personal page and you can catch it there. So I've got a lot of cameras going here. We've got an international camera. We've got a Facebook feed for the station. We've got my Facebook feed. And what else, Henry? God, there's like everywhere.
And you got YouTube,
Twitter.
You can go to our website.
Go to our website.
Anyway,
and catch it all. Anyway, we're everywhere. We're like cockroaches. We just don't go away, do we? So all I have to say is I've been in a good mood since November 4th.
May as well be me.
How about you?
I'm not afraid. That orange monkey.
Anyway, so the show today on the radio feed is all dedicated to songs about leaving, because somebody's got to tell them. Somebody's got to say, hey, it's time to go. So I figured, may as well be me.
There's 6 million more
I'll do
people
it.
that are than
I'm not afraid. That orange monkey. Anyway, so Henry, what's the?
Oh my God!
What have you been doing for the past 2 weeks? And I haven't
just been celebrating. Everybody. I think, well, not everybody.
Everything he's doing, including
There's
now,
70
is
million
right
that
out of
aren't
my
celebrating.
Well, there's 6 million more people that are than aren't. Let's just put it that way.
Playbook for establishing an authoritarian
Aren't you
society.
happy?
Oh my God! I felt like 1,000 pounds had been lifted off our shoulders. Truly.
President anymore, 45, whatever. But anyway, that's exactly what the criminal that's sitting in the chair in the White House is doing. So we're so excited to have, I've been so excited, and everybody I know, because we're in Colorado and it's a blue state anyway, so most people agree with us. But my daughter is a blue dot in a sea of red in South Carolina. That's a little different there. Anyway, I am just so glad that he is gone, and I couldn't, on my playlist, there were so many songs, and I couldn't figure out which one was best, because there were so many about leaving, that would maybe help him, give him the hint, get out. But anyway, and also I've got some clips of Donald Trump in there, so we'll put that up later. So let's just talk about, there's Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen, there, if you can, I don't know if she can read my lips, but Mary, there is closed captioning on the feed that's on KUHSdenver.com. So if you can do that and go there, you would be able to hear the show, or read and hear the show. All right. So anyway, there's Barry and Paula Thorpe from Florida. Well, we love you anyway. At least a couple of blue people moved down to Florida. That's good. So I don't know. What do you think's going to happen? Henry, do you think, everybody's talking about it. What do you think?
I think I know what's going to happen. I think Trump's going to put up a good fight, and I think he's doing this stall just so he can get money for his, his lawyers and everything, and just raising all this money again and keeping all the money. That's
Lori Clinch wants to be in my video. Oh, should I let her do it?
Yeah. If you want.
Okay. Let's see who wants to be in the video. All viewers request to join. Okay, so we're going to approve, and we're going to see if she pops in. Lori Clinch, you're going to show up on my feed in about a minute, I think. And we're going to have to talk to you if you show up. It's waiting to see if you're actually going to join in or you're just going to, be the silent watcher. Oh, she declined it. I didn't know she hit it. Hey, you better watch it. We'll put you right on. So anyway, this today we're going to talk about some really fun things, but also, just what do we think's going on? Well, here's what I think. First of all, the election determines who wins, and elections are our elections, despite the misinformation that's been passed out, are relatively safe. I mean, there's been some foreign influence, and even in the 2016 there was, but it was proven that there wasn't enough of that to change the election outcome. And that's the same thing this year. There isn't enough. I mean, sure, they're going to have a mistake and a glitch here and there, and something went wrong with a few votes, but that's not enough. It's inconsequential. So far, every single court case has been thrown out. It isn't enough evidence, or they don't have evidence, or it's not enough that would matter to change anything. In particular, they found that the postal worker that was saying that there were ballots that were being changed and stuff at the post office admitted that he was paid $130,000 by Republican operatives to lie and to testify that there was falsification of ballots going on. So that came out, and that guy's in a little bit of trouble. And now, just today, just a few minutes ago, Tucker, or as I like to refer to him, I can't say it, I changed the first letter to an F, Carlson, admitted that they apologized because they claimed a
worker that was saying that that there were ballots that were being changed and stuff at the post office admitted that he was paid $130,000 by Republican operatives to lie and to testify that there was falsification of ballots going on. So that came out.
That have been proven were 4 cases of Republicans voting for dead people for Trump. Which I think is pretty funny, and that's not enough to change the election either. So we are there. Did you ever think that Georgia and Arizona would save our butts?
This is about the best thing that ever happened to us. It's like
gosh, yes.
Georgia, Arizona, and Vegas.
Oh yeah.
They didn't want to. I mean, they're good at counting, but what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Well, I thought maybe Vegas was taking odds on their own state.
They did.
They did.
That's
I like to bet on who's going to win Nevada.
They did. They took bets for that, and everybody was betting.
I know.
And I thought that was crazy. They betting on their own state.
I know. Well, they have to know. I mean, the odds had to be. I mean, for the most part, for the most part, the Vegas, the city of Vegas, those are Democrats. They're a bunch of hookers, drug addicts running around. I mean, let's just face it, it's Sin City. They're not voting Republican.
Now, here's what's odd. He don't want to concede.
No, he doesn't.
Now,
he's still a loser.
How would you feel if you're up there? I won this election. It's just the same way as Rhonda went out and bought me a lottery ticket. I know I won, and I'm going to sue till I win. And I'll share the money with you.
Yeah. I don't know. He's so used to bullying people and people giving in.
Yes.
And we have a structure for this. It's not going to happen. I'm not disappointed in him because that is the exact behavior that he has displayed his entire time that he's been president. What I am upset with are the enablers, the Republican enablers that are continuing the conspiracy theories and the QAnon people that have been elected to Congress. I mean, there are a bunch of nut jobs in that party now. I mean, the Republican Party is completely, they've been radicalized.
Well, tell me this, and this is what I don't understand. Okay, so they're condoning everything he says. They're like parroting what he says. Yeah, I think there's fraud going on. We're going to get to the bottom of this because I won. Come on.
I know they're crazy, but you know what?
What if he would have won?
But here's the funny thing, right? Okay, some of the states that they're contesting, the Senate races actually went to Republicans, and they've allowed the senators to go in and start, like they're doing their training and stuff. They're not contesting that. Well, if they were going to cheat, it would be the entire race. It would just be one.
That's right.
It's like, okay, everything counts. It was legal for the senator, but not for the presidential vote. I mean, wake up, people. You got your heads up your butts. Hey, I got to talk to the international camera. We've got people on there from all over the world. Let's talk to them right now.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's look at that.
Okay,
let's see what's going on. So we got people from around the world that usually tune in. Typically, there's anywhere from about 100,000, anywhere from 90 to 125,000 people that tune into this ridiculous show. Between the Facebook feeds, mine, the stations, the station camera, the international camera, all the platforms that we're on. So we always want to acknowledge them and say hi. There's Lori. I would never decline, but you are our House Speaker. So anyway, Lori Clench and I was the lady that went with me to the Women's March in Denver a couple weeks ago. We marched. And marched and marched and marched. And it was fun. and Robert Emmon went. He's a great guy. And Patrick, his partner, and a friend of theirs. So we had a good time. We all marched and protested and, showed them what democracy looks like. And that's why I don't care about the million man or million idiot, what is it, the million dumb shit march that's going on right now in Washington.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't care about that because that's what democracy looks like. Protesting is a right.
Yes,
and
right.
So, you know what? This is what democracy looks like. Good for them. I mean, I certainly wouldn't want to march down the street next to a bunch of Proud Boys and neo-Nazis because if I put my ilk in with those people, then they're going to assume you're just like it. Who we got here? Lawrenceville, Georgia. All right. We got somebody from Georgia on the country, Georgia, or the state. Northeast Nevada. Thank you, Nevada. Thank you, Georgia. Let's see who else is on. Mount Farrell, New Jersey. Thank you, New Jersey. Sugarland, Texas. Oh, we got a Texan on there. All right. Minneapolis, Minnesota. We've got anybody from around the world there. Oh, Rio de Janeiro. What do they speak? Oh, they speak Portuguese there. I don't know how to say it. Obrigado. I think that's thank you. That's all I can say in Portuguese.
And this one is from Brazil.
Brazil. We've got Brazil.
Paris, France.
Paris. Bonjour. Comment allez-vous?
Je parle français,
mes amis. You could say anything in French. Okay, let's talk about French.
Well, French women, okay, it goes like this.
They don't shave their armpits, though.
No, but French women and then I think it's Norway, are the most sexually, I guess you found out that I've been on there.
How would you know, Henry? You've been married for 50 years. Right. Here's what I was going to say. You could say anything in French, and it would sound beautiful. You could go to France, and they could be saying, you look like dog crap. And they would say it in French, and you would go, oh.
You look like dog crap.
Let's see, perro is a dog in Italian, I'm not sure. Carne, probably.
Come on.
Say it. Do it the same thing in Spanish. Say you look like dog shit in
I'm not going to.
Please, I want you to say it.
Tú parece.
Say it nice, romantic.
Tú parece perro.
Come on.
No.
It's true, Ron. Did you hear that? It sounded sexy. Say it again. Just try it. Don't laugh. You can do it, Henry. Don't laugh because you're spreading germs on you.
I know. I'm spitting all through. Yeah, come up.
Say it.
I'm melting. You're gonna make me run. You made me do this before, and just look at I'm turning red from it.
Say you look like dog shit in Spanish, and say it sexy.
I'll say it a little different. Like I'll say you have a pig's face.
Okay, say it sexy.
Tú tienes una cara como puerco. You have a face of a pig.
That's really good.
No, come on.
It sounds sexy. I'm right. In French, it's even worse.
We'll do it again.
They could say anything in French.
Tú
You know.
tienes una cara como un
Ooh. You know I love those. I have to tell you this, I love Latin men. I really do. I love Latin and Mediterranean men. They are the most handsome, wonderful men on earth. Okay, that's it. I'm saying it.
And they're sexy as hell.
They are sexy as hell. See, and they can say anything. Anything.
Sounds good.
No, anything. You can say anything you want in Italian, Spanish, or French, and people would think it was sexy. Honest to God,
That's hilarious, Ron.
It's true. I'm sorry.
You wanted to hear that one, boy. That's so funny.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. So there's somebody from Paris on there. Hey, thanks to everybody on the international camera. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for putting up with us for the past almost 4 years. And like we told you, we're getting rid of him. We did it.
You were so happy. It looks like you really. I mean, because having somebody like that. And wait, there's got to be something that they're doing to, do this kind of thing to him. Where, I love that man. God bless and all that kind of thing.
There's a book out.
Let's find that.
There's a book out about how people have been brainwashed and the tactics and how this was done, and it's very similar to what Hitler did with the crowds that followed him. Unfortunately, one of the psychological things that happens is when you go after someone who is an authoritarian and they're always gaslighting and lying, they get rid of they say the media is fake and they do all these things.
Everything's fake.
Because we're fake. We are fake. We're admitting it right now. We're not news. Okay, but the news is not fake. Not the news on Fox, not the news on ABC, NBC, CNN, any of those. The news. The opinion shows are different. Okay, but anyway.
This is an opinion show.
This is an opinion show, and it's my opinion, and it's the only one that counts, because guess what? It's my show.
That's right. It's a trending show. Your show has been trending.
I know it's hot. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I do. I get it.
You know,
And then there's been somebody, some of the people, the guests that we think are going to really, catapult this thing, and they go,
they crash.
They crash.
But I don't know.
But it's. I think it's got to do with your content,
Well, who
your
knows?
subject lines, you personally,
Me?
just the way you deliver your message.
I can't hide it. I'm happy,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna, I'm just thrilled, actually. I'll be more thrilled when the 20th comes and he's out, because, I do think it's a ploy to raise money. I mean, he's moved already $2.3 million of the fund that supposedly was going to go fight into his own personal money. And so he's going to extend this as long as he can, because he's got people who are donating to him. So he's going to keep doing that. He's going to try to do some tricks. He may even try to get his base enraged and get them out there. But ultimately, the votes don't lie, and the votes have been counted legitimately. There's been no evidence of any kind of fraud. All of those stories are fake. And we have a new president-elect and
right.
a new vice president-elect. And I am so thrilled that I have lived long enough in my life to see a woman finally
Yes.
get into one of those positions.
And the thing I like about when they say a woman into the position, I don't like when they label her a black or label her all these other things of
Well-
race. But I like when you say a woman in there.
Well, she's so
That is so
many
cool.
things to so many people.
Yes.
And the fact that she is a mixed race person,
Yes.
is married to a white man who's Jewish, has stepchildren that are white, and has nieces and nephews that are black, and all of these things makes her truly representative of what America is and who we are. We are a melting pot. We used to say that. They don't say it anymore, but we are a melting pot of different peoples and different cultures. And the fact that she's a daughter of immigrants, all of those things brings to the forefront who we are as a nation. And that's why I think we voted in mass to get rid of the monster that's in there now, is because we are not the kind of country that this man has tried to turn us into. Some people are. There's some people filled with hate, and they're never going to change.
That's
Some
exactly
people have been
right.
caught, and like I was saying, in the myth of who this man is. And when they get caught in that, it's really hard for people to admit they were wrong and they were duped. So people would rather stay the course and say, I support him, than they would say, I made a mistake.
Yes.
But you know what?
How
A
come?
lot of people made a mistake, and they did it innocently. It's okay to let go of this bad chapter, And
It's okay to let go. I like to just let go.
just let go.
Take
Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Isn't that a song from
Oh,
Frozen or
that's
something? We should have, like what we were singing before. Hit the road, Don. Don't you come back no more, no more.
He's going to supposedly run in 2024. Is
Oh
that
yeah, what
true?
a joke. He's not going to run. That doesn't happen.
He's going to be running
He's
for
going to
his
be in
life.
jail. He's going to
I
be.
think so. They were saying that he is now, once he's out of the presidency, he's going to be open for, that kind of thing where they're going to go after him legally and take him out of it.
Oh, guess what's on here?
I don't know.
Another one bites the dust. Just talking about it right now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's wild, Rhonda.
Oh, I've got all songs about him leaving. It's hysterical. It opens up with The Fool on the Hill. And it's followed
That's
by,
really a good song,
It's
too.
followed by Back Off Boogaloo by Ringo Starr. And then there's, let's see what else is up there. I can't remember. Beat It by Michael Jackson. Folsom Prison.
Oh, now that.
Yeah.
Now, if let's say they decide to go after him legally for a lot of things that he's done, on the side and all the other places, you think they can still put him in prison?
No, you can't run for president.
No, put him in prison.
Oh, put him in prison, yeah. Well, they could. It has to be, most likely it will need to be a state prison to avoid him ever being pardoned. So they need to get him on state tax fraud and things like that. But they're going to get him, and they're going to get those kids,
Well,
and they're all going to be in trouble.
Do you think Biden would pardon him? I don't
Oh,
think
God,
so.
no, but what I'm worried about is if he really accepts he's going to lose, that the last week he'll appoint Pence will pardon him for everything, and then Pence will leave. So that's kind of what I'm thinking could happen.
The thing I really like about Biden is he's bringing dogs back into the White House.
Well,
And beautiful dogs. They're
Yeah,
German
nice ones.
Shepherds, yes. And the other thing I like about him, he dresses really
and I think he's
smartly.
going to have people like a press secretary that's like more than 21 years old now. As a spokesperson, if somebody knows what they're doing.
That one at
Yeah.
the end, and
Oh,
they're
God.
bringing a big old book of
You
nothing.
should just get a life-size Barbie, prop her up, and then it just speaks out of her mouth. Hey, you know the life-size
Life-size
Barbie? I gotta tell you a story about life-size Barbie. It's not bad. Just so
Well, I ordered me one online. You fill her up and
That's different.
she's floating.
Shut up. This is life-size Barbie. My kids.
Oh, well, that's what we're
My
talking about.
daughter had to have a life-size Barbie. Okay, Aaliyah had to have I can't remember which one. It was, well, he had them for both. So this is a Barbie doll that's like life-size, like this big. All right, and they cost a fortune. I don't know why we did it. Actually, thinking back on it, I should have had my head examined. But we buy a life-size Barbie, and the kids played with it all the time, you know. And one day, you know, I was older when I had my children. I didn't have them until I was in my 30s, and Aaliyah was almost 38 when I had her. And I went in a little bit of early, I went into early menopause. So I was starting all those problems with hot flashes and all that stuff when she was about 5 years old. And one day I come home I was working at Radio Disney, I come home from the radio station, I open the door, and there's my daughter, and she's got life-size Barbie on the couch, and she's got a cool cloth over her head, and she's fanning her. And she goes, "It'll be okay, those hot flashes don't last very long."
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I was like, okay, maybe I'm... Whoops.
Hot flashes.
Oh, my kids were the worst, honest to God. I loved them dearly, but they were just a handful. They came up, whatever they didn't think
Well,
of,
they
the
were
other one
taken
would.
after their mother.
I mean, they did so many things to me, I can't even tell you. One time I came home, this is a true story, I came home, my mother, who was like, well, she died when she was 82, so, but the kids were little, she was probably in her 70s, you know, so she was probably like 75, 76 years old. And she had started having heart problems, so she had congestive heart failure. Very thin little Italian woman, little 2 feet tall, you know, little Nani. She had her little oxygen. And I come home, and my mother is duct taped, literally duct taped to our leather chair in the study. Like she's completely duct taped, tied down, duct taped. Her neck is duct taped, her legs, her arms, everything. And I was like, what the? And she's and her mouth. They had a piece of duct tape over her mouth. And my kids were playing. I said, what the hell did you do? I got home, I said, oh my God, I untied her. She goes, thank God you came home. I said, what did they do? She said, I don't know, I fell asleep. And when I woke up, they had duct taped me to the chair.
Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah, they were bad. They were bad.
I seen this one, now you're talking about duct tape. This guy was going to go on Zoom with all his people, you know, there's like 8, 10 of them. And his cat kept jumping up on his keyboard, kept screwing everything up. So he got duct tape and duct taped the cat to the wall. So you can see the cat in the back all duct taped.
Oh God, that is so funny.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, I have never been so happy. And one of the songs, my last couple of songs, is dedicated to all of the people who have felt disenfranchised by the current government, and actually by our government, because we haven't changed a lot of things that need to change. And so I am so delighted that we have people in there. Particularly a woman, and I will say, where you said it's nice to say a woman, I say it's wonderful to say she's a woman of color. She's a woman that has a mixed family. She's a woman that has experienced many aspects of life, from her parents being immigrants and working their way up. And so I am so delighted that we finally have somebody in the office that looks like a good bunch of the American people, you know? And I just can't wait to see what she does. And I'm hoping
Well, she don't
president
sound or look like Melania. Can you do Melania
Oh, please,
again?
Melania? Wait, I gotta pull my...
You gotta do
I don't care, do you?
that.
Donald is working very hard for this country. He's doing everything that he needs to do to screw you.
Because he didn't screw me.
I've been screwed by Donald, and now you should. No, I can't take Melania Trump. Melania Trump is just a high-paid hooker. Honest and God, I can't wait to get her out of the White House. You know, she's done. She's like, oh my
Yeah,
God. And
high-priced
every 3 years, her eyes get more slanted, and her face gets more like this. You know, it's scary. You know, how quick do you think she's going to divorce him when he's done?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
I thought I seen her on
I think she's
The
already-
Bachelorette. Was it she?
Here's what I think. Everyone's like hasn't seen her, but it's because I think that she's already left the White House. She's like, I'm gone.
She's embarrassed. Yeah, she's embarrassed.
God, it's
Well,
God.
look at it this way, and I got in trouble. There was a lot of people really clowning on me on Instant Messenger for saying this, and they said they're going to boycott the station and do all these kind of things. But it was because I said,
Why?
Okay, he caught the coronavirus.
Oh, he lied about that. He didn't catch it.
He got evicted out of his house.
Oh.
And he lost his job.
So he's just like the rest of us.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so that's what I put up there. And I caught hell from these
who
people are
cares?
saying. I know I had to.
Honest to God, who cares?
It wasn't put up as KUHS.
I've gotten to a point in my life where if, there's some people, I understand that they're good people, they just can't find it in their heart to vote any other way than the way they voted. But the mean people that, support him, like if they're, like anybody who's marching in that Million Idiot March, if you're marching in a march that the Proud Boys organized, okay, and that the neo-Nazis and the KKK are a part of, I don't give a damn if you're in that group or not. If your foot is on that street with those people, you are condoning it, you are complicit, and you are them. So think about it, folks, because we are the company we keep. And if you are going to walk down the street with white supremacist assholes,
but they can't even run a mile.
That is exactly what you are.
They're the mill team instead of the. They can't even run a mile, so I don't think they're going to be that.
I can't wait if there's, someone said, oh my God, these people have guns and this and that. And I said, yeah, like the Bubbas have a bunch of guns, okay, but the Bubbas are shooting deer, and deer don't shoot back. If they start in
with some of these Marines and these
people, it's like they're going to pee their pants and run the other direction.
They can't run, I told you.
But anyway.
Come on, Bubba, get on the four-wheel drive, let's go.
Yeah, get on the ATV, let's go. That deer's shooting back. God. Anyway, all I know is I cannot wait for the day, and I will never say, you'll never hear me say that I don't see color, because it's important to see who people are and how they look, and people can be beautiful no matter how they look. So I'm not saying we don't see color. What I'm saying is we don't judge people. You can't help but what you see.
Am I going to stay this color?
Yeah, no. You're going to get paler and paler and then turn to dust. But anyway, come on, Rhonda. But what I was going to say is that we have to see people for who they are and the beauty that's them, and that includes the color of their skin, the kind of hair they have, their walk of life, what they do or don't do, for a living. And so it's so important to me that we did this, because I really felt that we were completely disenfranchising some of the most valuable people in our history. And that is people that, my grandparents were immigrants. That's immigrants. That's people who came, are of different color. People that came not of their own volition. And our Native Americans who have been screwed over since the first person put their first toe on the ground, Mr. Apache Henry. Anyway, that's enough. I'm off my soapbox. Let's read the news.
That was great. Do some more.
I like Trump's GoFundMe fund. Trump's got a GoFundMe. All right, so here we go. So this is pretty funny. I picked up some news that it's time for news that should be fake, but it's real. Okay. Nude man arrested after driving into a grocery store.
That's not me, is it?
I don't know. I think they were looking. They got him in the wiener section. No, anyway. Oscar Mayer has a wiener, has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R, my wiener. Oh. Anyway.
Those wiener songs.
I've got Columbia Falls, Montana. A man crashed his car into a Montana grocery store. This is true. He fled the scene and was later arrested running nude. Guess where?
I give up.
Through a nearby retirement home.
Oh my gosh. He figured the ladies, if they see him once and they have sex with him, he can come by because they have.
So they caught him, and of course they arrested him on mental health hold. And then they put him in the jail, and when they finally let him out, he went to Washington to watch in the Million Man March. But anyway, that was, God. All right, and here's another one. Somebody stole the Bigfoot statue out in front of the Bigfoot Museum in Santa Cruz County in California.
Who would want that?
Well, first of all, it's got to be big.
How do you all over the way?
A big old wooden statue. And so the police were driving down the road and they saw this thing, and I thought, what did it look? It looked really big and huge and ominous. And they pulled over, and it was this statue must have fallen out of a truck of the Bigfoot. So they returned it, and I said, and now he's probably marching in the Million Man March with the rest of the conspiracy theory people. God. So I thought that was kind of weird. And then let's see what else we got in here. I don't know. This is kind of funny, but I don't know. I've got to find something good. Oh God. Let's see what this one says. I haven't read this one yet, but it looks pretty stupid. Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Okay. Couple complain that Animal Planet, the Animal Planet show, cast them as a bunch of pot growers.
They probably were.
Let's see. Concord, New Hampshire. Oops, I had a hiccup. Concord, New Hampshire. A couple says they were cast into false light on an Animal Planet reality TV show about state fish and game conservation officers. The lawyer for the show's production companies disagreed with the arguments before the Supreme Court in New Hampshire. They got nothing else to do. There's only 5 residents. Well, let's hear a case. The court arguments Tuesday involved Dale and Ann Mansfield of New Durham, who briefly appeared in a 2018 Northwoods Law episode about an officer attempting to learn who was responsible for growing a small marijuana patch in the woods. And so they're filing a lawsuit because it said it depicted them as pot growers. Well, okay, they were innocent of any. The episode shows that they were innocent of any connections to the marijuana operation. And a lawyer for the show's production company told the court ruling against his clients would have a chilling effect on the free press and for other amendment protections. And the couple, when called to the stand, just couldn't stop laughing. Sorry. They just couldn't stop laughing. Anyway, so it's been corrected to show that the couple is from New Durham and not Durham, and they've corrected the show because they were afraid that they would put them in connection because the town that they had mentioned was the town where the pot was growing. I don't know. Anyway, who cares?
You just wanted the
It's
pot,
420
right?
somewhere. Have a joint. Right? God. Okay, so let's see. White. Oh, I don't want to do that. That's a bad story. We're not going to do bad news. There's no bad news today. Okay, these people should figure out what the hell causes it. Michigan couple had 14 sons, and they finally welcomed their first daughter. They
Oh
had
my
15
gosh.
children.
They have a football team.
Well,
How do you feed that
15
many
children.
guys? They're all boys.
They know what's causing it. Stop it. God. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
14 kids?
Yes.
How could you could you handle 14 kids?
No, I couldn't handle the 2 I had. That's why they're
Robbie, Johnny,
Billy,
Sid?
Bobby, Susie. I don't know what the hell they're going to come in here.
Come here, just somebody show up.
I call my kids the dog's name. I can't, Like, what are you going to do for the holidays with all this COVID coming up? Anything?
Same thing like I always do.
Are you?
Yeah.
We're not.
But they
gonna-
say you can only have so many people in the house, right? So at funerals they allow 30 people. So I'm going to have my turkey. I'm going to have a funeral for my turkey because he's going to be dead. So I can invite
dear.
30 people
Listen,
over.
hi.
right?
Oh, Holly Rowland, say hi. Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna have because you have 30 people because your turkey's dead.
Yeah, we're going to have a funeral for the
Oh,
turkey.
God. All
So you
right.
can invite 30 people over.
Well, here's what I think. When they say you should just have your immediate family, I'm Italian. That's like 300 people.
Yeah, that's
And so we
okay.
don't even know how to go to the bathroom with less than 10 people.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, it's like, oh my God, we're all in shock. We're calling each other. What are you going to do? I don't know. What are you going to do? I don't know. What are you going to do? Oh, geez. So
Well, really, why can't you get together?
my cousin said we're going to have a little get together and we'll do it, carefully. And I said, but I got to be really careful of COVID because my husband is diabetic and he's got, he's got high blood pressure and he's a little bit overweight and he's older and he won't make it. So he's the only one going to the party. I'm staying home. Oh, she says, I'm coming to your house if Alita's coming home. Good.
Come on.
Come. She is coming home, but early in December. She's not actually coming home on the holiday. She's going to come home a little bit early. She's going to stay with her sister because we've already had a COVID scare in our family. We've had 2 people with it, and have survived it. So she is going to stay with those people because if she gets off the plane and she's got anything, they've already got it. So they won't be catchy.
Is there anything better does everybody have to have COVID or can you get just a normal sickness?
I don't know if you can be sick normally anymore.
Yeah, can you just have a normal sickness instead of COVID?
I don't know. Can you just be mentally ill or do you have to be a Trump supporter? Same kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
That's the same. I'm not sure. 6 of one, half dozen of another. I don't. Anyway.
Rhonda, you're on fire. You're in rare form.
Ouch, I'm on fire.
Don't call the fire department.
That's it. God, you're out of your mind. So anyway, I don't know what we're going to do. We're thinking about doing like the Zoom holidays.
The Zoom holiday.
I don't know.
Zoom's going to be busy, let me tell you.
I wish my kids would get married now. I'll tell you, because it's like the wedding would be so cheap. You could, I only have 30 people. Oh, too bad. I told my friends, they're like, oh, our daughter's engaged. I'm like, you are so lucky it's happening during COVID. You are going to save like $20,000. It's like, please, if you're thinking about it.
$20,000.
No, seriously, anybody out there, if you got kids that are talking about getting married, encourage it. Because it'll save you a fortune.
That's right.
My kids weren't so damn ugly, they might get married. No, I'm just kidding.
They don't watch
I
you,
got
do
dumb
they?
kids.
They don't watch
I
you,
do. I got dumb
Do they
kids.
watch your show?
Sometimes. I got dumb kids. I'm telling you, they're dumb. They're dumb. They take after their dad. I can't help it. I'm not kidding. They're so dumb.
Oh,
Honest in God, they're so damn dumb that the younger one thought that asphalt was a rectal disease. No.
And asphalt, right?
See, here's this. Jill Clanky said they had a family barbecue and 12 ended up with COVID. See, they all lived, they all survived it, but 12 ended up with COVID. Isn't that, I mean, you gotta be careful, folks. We're kidding about it, but seriously, be real careful over the holidays, be careful in the stores, wear your mask. It's not, you know what kills me is when people say it's Republicans usually, and they're wearing the mask and they go, my body, my choice. Except, of course, if you're pregnant, you're poor, and you're going to have a baby from somebody that you got drunk at a bar and met. Then, no, then it's not your choice, or whatever.
Now, the thing that, you know, I've run into a lot of people who argue with me over pro-choice, pro-this, pro-that.
There's Donovan.
Hi, Donovan.
He's the singer. Is he the singer? What did that song that Donovan, the singer, sang?
I remember that, Donovan, yes.
It was like an English accent, wasn't it? Was it Lady Godiva?
Yeah, Lady Godiva.
Did
That's
you
it.
Donovan
Yes,
do that?
yes, yes,
I can't read.
yes.
There was another one too.
Yeah, I still love that song.
I do too.
So check it out. I have a lot of different disagreements with pro-life, pro-choice people. I keep telling them it's not the politicians' right. It's nobody's right. It's the women's rights. Now, how come they don't attack the men?
Well, here's what I think.
They blame the women.
I think every single person should get. First of all, their DNA should be taken when they're born, so we have a complete
list of
everybody. Then if they do something, we can catch them. Hello, there's Robert.
Hey, now that you're saying DNA, I've got this show coming in, and it's right before Thanksgiving. It's coming in next week, and they do DNA kits, and they're going to be selling them. And I thought, whoa, what a great idea! So they're only $39, and they're going to be in here. It's real DNA. They're going to do. It's real stuff.
Huh.
It's really cool.
Do your DNA? Donald, no more?
No, they're going to do DNA on me. I
again?
just hope that they don't catch them.
They'll catch it.
Yeah, they don't catch that the mailman's my daddy.
Oh, well. Many a man, you know what I always say to my husband when we had our children, the very first thing when he was there, and he said, oh, look, and I said, yeah, and he goes, let me hold her. I go, okay, just remember, many a man sat at home rocking a baby thought was his own.
You know, I always wondered about mailmen. Do they really get opposition?
Call me Mellow Yellow. Thank you. Lynn Turnbull got it for us. Balls.
To be mellow.
Yellow.
Mellow yellow.
Is that how it goes or something?
You know, we really call her Balls.
I do. Her name is Balls, okay? I'm sorry, that's her name.
Lynn
Balls. Turnbull. But it sounded like ball, and it got shortened to Balls, and that's her name.
And it's so cute. It is. It's like Balls. Everybody like, huh?
I know, they were. That's Balls. And she said, Donovan sang, call me Mellow Yellow. He did.
Yes,
Thank you.
I remember that one.
She's going to have to come on the show. We're going to have to put her on here.
Log in with the come on.
Yeah, we're going to have to do it. But anyway, she's running now. Everybody runs when you say that. They're brave and tight. Oh, yeah. Oh, do this, do that. Wanna come on the show?
No. I'm logging off.
She's a little blue dot in a sea of red, too. Good Morning Starshine is Donovan's famous song. Yes, it is. Oh, good. I love that song.
Yes.
Morning starshine, the earth says hello.
I remember that
us,
song.
Sweet twinkle below.
Kim used to play those songs all the time.
Oh, we used to play them, yeah. And I loved Kim radio when I was a kid.
Too. I was talking about Kim to somebody else.
I should wear my Kim jacket. I had it on the other day, and someone stopped me in the store, and they're like,
"Oh, wow!" Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was a great radio station. It was one of the last of the AM rockers, and it was certainly an honor to have worked there with some of the greatest on-air talent that the city's ever known.
Yeah,
of course, I wasn't on the air because I didn't have any talent.
Oh, but you organized a lot of the crazy stuff.
I did all that stuff. Well, I was the chicken's mother. Let's see, I did like little voices. I didn't get to do real stuff. I was like the chicken's mother. I was like somebody's famous person's mother. I can't. Anytime they had to have somebody that pretended to be somebody, then it was they'd grab us from the hallway. Hey, come here.
May I talk to you? You know, another thing that's so interesting about this election, and I'm sure you thought it was pretty funny too, but Hillary had won at one point, and he didn't even come out and say, "I've won. I'm now president-elect." He just came out and said a speech, and that was it. It was real cordial. But on the other side, Donald Trump was in the White House partying with all these people with no masks.
And now they're all sick.
And then,
130 Secret Service agents or something.
I know, everybody's
130. It's like, come on, you're risking. And then look at the cities. It's like he goes to where? South Dakota, has a rally. Guess what? The numbers are going through the roof.
Yes.
Those stupid people that rode the motorcycles up there because South Dakota doesn't make you wear a mask. The North Dakota doesn't make you wear a mask. Guess what?
Oklahoma.
Their hospitals are full. They're dying like flies.
His buddy died. One of the senators, I think.
Yeah, and then you've got everywhere that when you see this explosion, a lot of that can be directly related to the swath
What is the
that he
word they
cut
call
through
it?
the country.
What is that word they call it? He had the party at the White House, they call it a.
He had a party at the White House, and what do they call it?
No, what do they call when they break out with all the
What do they call it? I can't even go there. Gotta say.
A something spreader, mega
Super spreader.
Super spreader, yes.
Oh, that's Ivanka.
She's a super spreader.
That's talking about her. That's not. You got it mixed up. That's her mixed up.
Yeah, I did get it mixed up.
That's
it
her.
took you a while to come up with it. I kept asking you. It's a super spreader.
There, Elizabeth Holly said, super spreader. She's in New Jersey. She's on my feed. But by the way, if you ever want to catch the official feed, it's on KUHSdenver.com. You can jump on there. You can catch the radio side. You can catch the video side. The music today. Oh, I was playing Na 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 Goodbye. All the songs today are about him leaving office.
Goodbye, hey.
Goodbye. It's all about, it's advice to him, and there's even some things where he's talking, and we've got, it's really fun. So I'm going to put that on my Facebook page, and I'll put it on the WTF Facebook page. I'll share the stream. Want me to put it on the?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put it on all the channels,
want.
so you guys can hear the music feed as well.
That's a good idea, because you really mix down some really good stuff on all your shows.
I love the music.
Because you have the theme, and then you have the concept that goes with the theme.
Yeah.
And it comes out so good, like this one right here. Hey, bye.
Well, that's the last Trump song I have. The rest of them are all about the
Ivanka, the super spreader.
The super spreader.
That's really funny.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, she should have.
What's Melania then?
Oh my God. Oh, hello.
What's Melania if Ivanka's, we have to come up with a name for her. Anyway, Loser, that's a good name for him. But anyway, let's, so.
They all gotta go now, huh?
Uh-huh.
They're all
gone, they're gone. All those horrible nightmare people are gone.
Jesus.
And that crazy snake oil preacher, have you seen her?
Yes,
oh my
God,
she carries snakes, she does snake stuff.
Oh my gosh,
she's
what is
literally
that
the
about?
old tent snake kind of charlatan.
That's a perfect word.
She's a charlatan.
She's a charlatan. That's exactly
she's a snake handler, speak in tongue charlatan that stands around the White House and repeats herself and screams over and over and over about Trump and God, and it's like, please,
Something wrong with this
picture.
picture.
My God. Yeah, there's something really wrong. You know what? What do you think about Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays? People are mad because they say that Christ wasn't in Christmas. What do you think about that?
It doesn't matter either way for me. People go say all these different things, but to me, I don't care if they say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all this kind of stuff.
I don't care if they put Christ back in Christmas. You know where I wanted to put Christ?
Where?
Back in Christian.
But you know what kind of bothers me?
It's gone.
When they have these big, huge, those big fans that create electricity. They build them out here in.
Oh yeah.
And Santa Claus ran into one and got wound up in one of those. Those are kind of dangerous. They should put something up there to warn Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They should.
Yeah, because.
That's bad. But like I said, I don't care if they put.
Well, what's Santa Claus going to do with
Christ
COVID?
back in Christmas. I want them to put Christ back in Christianity.
How's
it's
Santa Claus going to get in everybody's house with COVID?
I don't know. I guess he's not. Kids, if there's any children listening, Christmas has been canceled this year due to COVID. And
oh no, you don't.
Yeah, actually,
back up on that
Santa Claus has it. He's probably going to die. So, I'm really sorry. I hate to break the news to you. There, how's that?
Bad news.
That's bad.
I want you to stop right now. Come on, you better be kidding.
There's no kids listening to this show. If you let your kid listen to this show, you ought to have him taken away. My daughter came on here and she said, my youngest daughter came on here and she said, Mom, I heard you call me dumb.
I know, that's what I'm telling you.
Oops. She's not dumb. I have the most beautiful daughters.
Yeah.
They are absolutely stunningly gorgeous.
Clean it up.
And one is married, one is dating somebody. So she's still, you might be able to talk her out of him. But but he's a pretty nice guy, it seems like, so I don't know. And then, anyway, we were blessed with some of the most wonderful, beautiful, lovely children that have big hearts and they care. And so I tease about them all the time. And my kids were actually in a documentary. Did you know that?
Good.
Children of the Corn.
That's funny. No, that's funny. That is funny.
And I don't have gray hair because my kids were so well behaved.
See? Well, this is Chrome. So if you don't know, this ain't great. This is
That's
Chrome.
Chrome. And you know what? One of the funny things when the kids were little, one time I was mad at my daughter Aaliyah, my youngest, and she was a handful. Let me tell you something. She bright, wonderful, beautiful kid, but she was a handful. And the other one was quiet, so she did the same stuff, but she didn't caught as much because she was quiet. And so I grounded Aaliyah for something, I can't remember. And Chessie goes down there, and I overhear them, and Leah's down there crying, I'm grounded. She's about like fourth grade or something, and Chessie's 6 years older, and so she goes down and she says, shh, shh, it's fine. Don't say anything. She's old. She forgets. You'll never be grounded that long. She'll completely forget about it in a couple of hours.
I did it differently, Rhonda. I did it the opposite way. You're not coming back home. You stay gone till you learn. You see, I did it the opposite.
No, I miss my kids.
No, I can come home. No, you can't. You stay gone. You don't come home. You're not grounded or nothing.
If I could have just captured those children and kept them in my house forever, I would have.
That's little young ones.
I don't care. I loved them every age they were in. There was a few ages
we were
that
talking about, not just saying that. I go all the way back to when you used to use cloth diapers and pull that little plastic little thing up over the top of them, and you'd have to put pins on to hold the cloth diapers together. You remember that time? Don't look at me so funny. You don't remember that time. I have a brother that's 11 years younger than me, and he had cloth diapers, and I used to babysit him, so I have to change them. And they put that little plastic thing over. Yeah. We were talking about that the
other day. They only used the disposable diapers when they went on vacation.
Yeah, my oldest son, we were telling him that we put those on him, and he could not believe it. He busted up laughing so hard. I go, no, it's real. That's before Pampers.
I tried it with Chessie. I thought, well, maybe it'd be better for her. And I for like a week I had a diaper. I was like, oh, this. Who would think that much stuff could come out of a little baby? I mean, honest to God.
And yellow.
And it doesn't. It's like there's so much of it. It's like there's more. It's like you open the diaper and it's the size of the child. It's like, what the hell? Where'd this come from?
Yeah.
No, don't like that.
And then they'd get mad at you only made them one bottle. They wanted two.
Oh yeah.
These little boys can drink bottles.
I bet they could, and they still do.
Let me make you another bottle. Drinking now. Give me.
I'll take one. I'll take one. No, I'll tell you what, it's pretty crazy. But honestly, I have to say that overall, through all the heartache and the joys of being a parent, there have been this much joy and about this much heartache.
Now, I always tell my granddaughters, just for grins, you gonna help me with my depends? Which one of you girls? And one tells the other, you're doing it this week.
You know what I told my friend Balls the other day, speaking of depends, I told her, not that she wears them. She
That's
doesn't.
wrong.
I'm just kidding.
Balls, if you're hearing that.
Here's what I told her, and she's going to kill me. Here's what I told her. I called her up and I said, I can't take being quarantined anymore. I'm going to lock myself in my bedroom for 2 weeks. I'm going to put on a pair of Depends, get two 10-gallon things of gas, put them in the back of my car, and I'm driving to your house. And she said, no, don't.
Oh, my God.
She said, please don't. No, I'll tell you what, it's pretty crazy out there. But you do have to be careful. I mean, we have to be smart. We have to be careful. We can't stop living, but we do need to be very cautious of what we're doing. So please take care of yourself. It's not fake. I mean, I know people listening to my show probably, if they were people thinking it was conspiracy and fake and all that stuff, are gone by now. Nobody's listening.
It's nice.
But please be careful and don't let people talk you into something. Don't do what your gut tells you. Don't let somebody say, it's fine. There's just 4 of us. We haven't been anywhere. Everybody's been somewhere.
I know. It's almost like STD. On
Stop the Donald? What is it? What? Oh. What are we going to talk about, Henry? When he's finally gone, we're going to turn the radio show on January 21st, and we're going to be like this.
We're going to talk about his wife being on The Bachelorette.
Quiet. That's going to be the show. What nothing to talk about.
She's appearing on The Bachelorette, I told you. That's going to be a great show. It's going to be a #1 show with, and she's going to be the Bachelorette, and there's going to be all these guys dating her, and the other one will be, a super spreader.
Shut up. You're just still laughing about that.
I know, that's stuck in my head.
You're never going to be able to say Ivanka Trump's name again without saying that.
Super spreader.
She's a super spreader. But anyway, I can't help that. But anyway, what I was going to say is, now I forgot what I was going to say because I'm getting old. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. God. I will be posting the music feed because it really is good, folks. You've got it. I'm going to start doing that because the music part, it's fun to be the talk part. But the music part also has its life of its own, and it's kind of neat. So
and I like the way you said that, life of its own, because it does. It has a. I mean, the way you mix it down is perfect.
Well, it's fun. We have a lot of fun
Yeah,
music.
it's great.
Sometimes it's new, sometimes it's old. You know, like I said, today's music is all except the last 3 songs are about, you know, giving Trump some help getting out of the White House, and the last 3 songs are about the future and what we're going to do, and the inclusion that I hope everyone starts to feel in our country.
And I know what you thought about it, Rhonda, when you were watching all these states and Biden was behind. But everybody was saying all the big, mail-in ballots they haven't been counted, and I knew because there were so many people. They were lined up for miles, and never in the history of this United States has there been so many people voting.
I know,
especially
it's wonderful.
the young
That part's
ones,
wonderful.
The young ones.
And you know what else? That I have to give kudos to the Navajo Nation.
Yes, they
because
brought it
the
up.
Navajo in Arizona, 89% of the registered voters in the Navajo Nation voted. Unheard of.
Did you know he never
And-
gave the COVID?
They're
They held back their stimulus checks
Well,
and never gave them any.
And by
COVID
the
help.
way, if you have any extra money, can help. Get online, look at TP Raisers, and donate to them because they're helping
Yes.
the Navajo and they're helping the Lakota people in North Dakota and South Dakota and in Arizona, and it's a great organization. I can personally vouch for them. What I was going to say though is the Navajo had 74,000 votes cast, and 72,000 of them went to
Biden.
Biden. And so if you look at the margin in Arizona, if the Navajo brothers and sisters hadn't got out there and voted, we might not be seeing the result that we saw in that state, as well as many other people.
He changed, 5 states to blue.
Yeah, he did.
He put the blue wall back.
And our Native brothers and sisters came out in droves. We have our first 2 female Native American congresswomen, and they're Native American in the history of our country. Long time overdue. But the tribes have been taking a big hit. The Native people have been taking a huge hit.
Did you hear?
So I'm going to finish this one more time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say it again. It's TP Raisers, TIPI Raisers.org, and I can guarantee you the money's going to go exactly where it needs to go. And please, 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 try to help our Native brothers and sisters. They are in bad shape.
One thing I wanted to say is about. I lost my train of thought. That's the onset of.
You lost your train. You did it. I think we're on a train. We're on a train to hell. Or is that a highway to hell? That's a song, right? Highway to hell. I guess I'll be in good company. Anyway, the name of the organization somebody asked. It's TP Raisers. TIPI Raisers.org. So somebody asked me about that.
No, what I was going to say is some trumpeters in Arizona were calling one of the senators and telling him, "Go back to where you came from." And he's like, he's Native American.
Yeah. Oh no, they were questioning his right to vote, I think, and to be elected. They said he wasn't. It's like they're Native. I'll tell you what, the biggest mistake. If I was a Native, I would sit back and be like, the biggest mistake we ever made was helping him out that first Thanksgiving. I should have let him starve. They'd have been fine.
Well, they call it the Thanksgiving that they helped him, but actually no. If you look at why
history,
that
it's different.
It's completely different than it's been changed to
of course, it's been changed and whitewashed and everything else. Just like all the other things we do, the genocide of the Native Americans.
I want to ask you this: why do everybody do?
Oh, it's the TP Raisers. Jill said it's the. You have to put the before it. I got to correct that. THE, the TPRaisers.org. So don't forget the word the. Okay.
Why does everybody they do the turkey thing? Can't they come up with something else?
Well, I think turkeys are probably easier to kill. Just grab it,
wring its neck.
like a big pig or something. Maybe.
And it's got such.
And all you got's like a spear. What do you want, turkey or pork? I'll take the turkey. Right? I mean, the turkey's probably, I don't know, they can get kind of big. My next door neighbor when I was a kid had a turkey named Maud. It was a big American turkey, big thing. And this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Maud got real big, and they decided, I think they were going to butcher Maud. And Bonnie, my neighbor, didn't want that to happen, or they were taking Maud somewhere. And they had an old Falcon station wagon, 1964, and I loved my neighbors. They would look at the Longs. They were the nicest human beings that ever lived. 3 boys, 1 girl, and some cousins that lived there. We all lived in these little houses because none of us had any money. I mean, I had an 800 square foot house, brick, just my mom and I, And so we all had, we just had a great life, but we didn't have a lot. And so I'll never forget one day I see Gordy, her brother, driving the old blue Falcon, like station wagon, down our street, and Maud's head sticking out the back of the station wagon, and Bonnie's running after him screaming, "No! Not Maud! Not Maud!"
Like I was going to tell you, for COVID, we have this really nice meadow right behind our home. There's a greenway belt right there, and there is 9 turkeys back there. And they're wild turkeys.
Oh, those aren't too big.
They're not, but I was thinking, if there's a shortage on turkeys,
yeah, you can have a goose. Want a Christmas
There's
goose? Want a Christmas goose, Henry?
Why are you goosing me? I like that. Want a Christmas goose?
Anyway.
I don't use that one.
Yeah, you better be careful what you use it with. They'll sue you. You can't even make a joke anymore. When I was in radio, when I was in like Kim Radio in the old days,
you could do all the
oh my God, people would tease you, make all kinds of jokes. Nobody sued anybody. It was fun, except and it was a lot of fun that way.
Yeah.
Of course, there weren't a lot of women in management roles then either because it was hard to get there. But it was still a lot of fun, and you could tell the guys that meant something and the guys that were just having fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
And that's what's fun. Like you said, now they've got it so stringent. It's like, okay.
You can't even be friends with people anymore. You can't even kid. Nobody can take a joke.
Well, what I did one time, I was charged with sexual harassment one time. We went into the HR. I was sitting there, and they go, "What do you have to say for yourself?" "Well, I'm gay. I wanted to let you know."
That was it. Done. That's pretty good.
That was my way out.
Well, that was an interesting way out.
I don't know if you got to see the interview I did with Steve Stalsey. He did not want to be in the service, and he had to fake like he was gay to get out. And he did this whole interview with me.
Oh my God!
It was so
That's
freaking funny.
But now I hope where it's everything should be fair. So
so it's
people
like,
can't get thrown out for just who they love, right?
But he got out, and he told the whole story here. He goes, "I don't think I'll get in trouble, but I'm going to tell the whole story."
Oh, that's funny.
You got to listen to that interview.
I have to listen to it. That's
oh
funny.
my God! They even took him in a room by himself, and they were suggestively talking to him. Everything.
Oh my God! Well, I just hope that we've come so far as a country, and I just don't want to see us go backwards. I don't want to see us go backwards to where that it's okay to treat people like crap because of the color they are, because who they love, or how much money they have or don't have. That's not what makes a person. What makes a person is what they do for others. And that's how I judge people. If we're here to help each other. We are the hands of God, and if we don't reach out and use those hands to help others, we're dishonoring the higher power, whatever higher power you believe in. I'm not going to get on a soapbox because I don't believe that you have to say this one's right and that one's wrong. And even if you don't honor a power, even if you just honor being here at this time in this moment, then that's what we're here for, is to help each other, to be connected. So let's be connected. Let's help each other.
At the end of your show, didn't
I
you?
am.
She started out, throughout her old show, she was out of hand.
But no, we do have to take care of each other.
Now she's like all AJ squared away now.
Hey,
gee, Ron,
Ooh, Henry? No,
No,
I'm not into that. But, ain't doing that. Hi, Janice. There's Janice Barnett. She's from Chicago. Hi. So anyway, everybody, if you're on the camera, a great week here. We've been having a lot of fun. We're really excited about the future here. We get our country back. And the 20th, we'll have the idiot out of the office, and all those people can go home and cry themselves to sleep. And we will move forward with the agenda, the clear agenda that's been given to the American people have given to our new administration, which is inclusion, love, support, help, and kindness. All right, take care. Have a good week. Bye-bye.